This episode is brought to you by the Kirtland Partnership Committee. For 30 years, we've been dedicated to supporting, growing, and preserving the Kirtland National Security Complex. We work tirelessly to enhance military readiness, foster community partnerships, improve quality of life, and promote economic development right here in New Mexico. Join us in our mission to ensure that Kirtland remains a cornerstone of national security and a key provider of quality jobs and investment for all of Greater Albuquerque. Together, we can make a powerful impact. Kirtland Partnership Committee, proudly shaping the future of our national security for 30 years.
From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Monday, July 14th. Here's what we're covering on today's episode. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham has ordered a sweeping new policy to protect high-risk, drug-exposed newborns in New Mexico, requiring hospitals to place these infants in state custody for 72 hours before a judge decides if they can go home. The move targets babies exposed to fentanyl, methamphetamine, and fetal alcohol disorder. These are all conditions that are alarmingly common in the state, which has the third highest rate of substance-exposed newborns nationally. The directive reverses previous public health-focused policies, shifting focus towards child protection by presuming families are unsafe until they receive treatment. Critics, including child welfare advocates and healthcare providers, fear the approach could traumatize families, discourage mothers from seeking care, and overburden an already strained child welfare system. Supporters say the change is necessary after a series of infant deaths and failures to connect families with treatment. Hospitals must now hold babies until CYFD intervenes, with judges reviewing each case within 3 days. The success of this policy will depend heavily on the coordination among state agencies and sufficient staffing and resources. A nonprofit called Undue Medical Debt has forgiven $63 million in medical debt for over 45,000 New Mexicans thanks to funding from anonymous donors. The group buys bundled medical debt from hospitals and collectors at a discount, then cancels it for qualifying low-income residents. Residents in cities like Las Cruces, Albuquerque, Clovis, Roswell, and Hobbs saw the most relief. Las Cruces alone had $10.8 million in debt wiped out for 8,100 people. Recipients must either earn below 400% of the federal poverty level or have debt exceeding 5% of their annual income. While the relief is life-changing for people like Lisa Tesler, who was burdened under bills from a serious illness, the nonprofit warns that systematic reform is needed. Rising medical debt, already $881 million statewide as of 2020, could worsen due to recent federal cuts to Medicaid and ACA subsidies. A 33-year-old Mexican national was arrested on July 3rd after allegedly attempting to smuggle 12 high-powered firearms, 28 magazines, and various gun parts into Mexico at the El Paso Bridge of Americas. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers discovered the weapons, including rifles like FNP 90s and AR pistols, hidden inside the doors of a Volkswagen Virtus during an intense inspection using X-ray technology. The woman has been handed over to Homeland Security investigations for prosecution, though her name has not been released and court records remain unavailable. Customs and Border Protection officials emphasize that southbound smuggling of guns and cash is a serious concern, as these items often flow from the United States into Mexico, fueling violence. This arrest highlights the role of international southbound checks in keeping border communities safe, and the final destination of the weapons remains unknown. Thousands of New Mexicans may now qualify for federal compensation under the newly expanded Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, or RECA, which was expanded through 2028 as part of a federal budget bill. The expansion includes the entire state of New Mexico as a, quote, downwind area due to the 1945 Trinity test and above-ground nuclear testing in Nevada. Also included are post-1971 uranium miners who were previously excluded. Eligible individuals could receive $100,000 if they lived in New Mexico for 1 year between 1944 and 1962 and developed one of 19 radiation-related cancers. Advocates say tens of thousands may qualify, but the exact number is unknown due to the lack of government tracking. While the expansion is seen as long overdue and a step towards justice, advocates like Tina Cordova argue it does not go far enough and warns of scams targeting newly eligible applicants. Officials are urging residents to wait for formal guidelines from the Department of Justice before filing claims. Critics of the broader budget bill, including Senator Ben Ray Lujan, supported RECA's reauthorization but opposed the bill overall due to cuts to health and food aid. Advocates now plan to focus on outreach and enrollment with hopes of bringing hundreds of millions in compensation back to New Mexico. And in her final act as Miss New Mexico USA, Mackenzie Sydow, a former foster youth herself, hosted a Girls' Day event in Albuquerque for over 100 children in foster care, partnering with the New Mexico Child First Network. Held at Hotel Albuquerque, the event featured hair, makeup, and nail services from top beauty professionals, aiming to offer children a joyful experience and a sense of confidence, connection, and belonging. The event comes amid highlighted scrutiny of the state's child foster care system, which has faced multiple child deaths and slow reforms despite receiving an extra $100 million in funding this year. With around 2,000 to 2,600 children in care at any time, advocates say opportunity like these are crucial to counter the trauma many of them face. Executive Director Marilyn Beck described the event as creating emotional, quote, glimmers, positive memories to counteract past pain. Foster parent Macy Starr, who brought 3 girls, said the day offered the kids a rare moment of fun and normalcy. Saidow said her goal was to help the children feel beautiful, seen, and hopeful, even just for a day. The leading news is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today there's a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m., mostly sunny with a high near 95. As for this evening, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms does exist before midnight, mostly cloudy with a low around 67. To keep up with all the latest news from the Albuquerque Journal, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back tomorrow.